Well, Al and I are coming out here for basically one last day. We've got a few lines to clean up, put some alcohol water mixture in, and so I thought I'd take one more video. If you take a look at that wood pile, and if you remember the first video, there's a heck of a lot of wood that we used, and again, that's probably one more boil, but it's okay. And again, that was up to the top, totally up to the top. I'm going to, oh, there's a robin over there looking for stuff to make a nest. It's that time. I'm going to go inside and show you the evaporator and what we're doing to the evaporator, and then I'll take this on the gator in the back and show you how we take out spiles and get upset when we can't take them out easily, and I'll show you something that's called a ladder. But that'll be down in the sec. So, okay, inside. Here yesterday morning, and I cleaned out the pit, and there's some ashes still in the back. What Al will do is he'll take this whole evaporator and lift it up on the hoist up here. And he lifts that up, and he'll be able to clean everything out and get the ashes and away from here. But let me tell you this, these pans, again, have sap in them. And what he's going to do, you can see this waterfall. We cleaned that with acid and sap. We got a little fire going, and then we had the waterfall working, and this is quite clean. It's amazing what a little bit of acid and a little bit of maple syrup will do, or sap will do. You can see the level here. So that shows the level in here is full of sap. He's going to bring that level up higher and let this sap sit for 2 months. The sap and the acid. And what will happen is that it will do all the cleaning for him. It will etch everything inside, so that when he comes back 2 months later, he will drain this all, give it a good power wash, and then cover it all, because again, mice come in here and raccoons come in here, and he'll cover it all for next spring. So let me just go outside for a sec. Even though the pump isn't running, this tank has got a lot of sap in it. It's also got a lot of alcohol in it. So what happens is, I'll show you when we go back into the bush, but we go back to the farthest line, and we start taking out the taps. We have the pump on. We put alcohol in each tap, so that's 850 trees we go to. Pull them out, and then what happens is the concoction is sucked back in by the pump, and you can see that this line and this line, they have been tapped. So and here's the end of it. As you can see, that one I think went to the lane, and the other line, which is actually over there up against that big tree, went what I call the field. So those lines are totally they're filled with the alcohol and water that prevent mold. What we used to do, oh boy, we used to take in all the lines. It would be a horrendous job. Take them in and then clean them, hand clean them in a basin. And then when you take them out in the springtime, you got to remember what trees they go to. I mean, you have them numbered, but there's still maybe 12 trees to a line, and so you'd have to remember, okay, it goes this way around the tree, okay. It's always a very difficult time. I can see a woodpecker there. Oh, I didn't see him. He's on that tree just sitting, waiting, looking for a couple of grubs. So anyway, you can see we've got 2 more lines to finish. This line, this big line here, is the inch line, and it goes all the way back into the forest, into the ladder, and I'll show you what the ladder is. It's a collection point, but I'll show you. And again, this one goes down to the tank, 600-gallon tank below. Hopefully we'll finish all that this morning. So this pail has water alcohol. I'm going to fill that into that, and then we put these, we'll see when we go out onto the into the forest, to put this end at the suction, and away we go. Al's just turned the pump on. It's in place. We're at the trees. We got the stuff. I got my stuff here. What we're going to do, pump's on. I'm going to take this tap out. I'm going to take this tap out. We'll see what we can do here. Oh, twist it out. Hope you can see that. And you can hear that. That's the pump on. Take this off. Oh, put it in the bag. Put this onto the alcohol water solution. Have it go in a bit. Take that off. Whoop. And then what I do is I cap it. So I've capped that. And what I'm going to do is I'll just go onto the other one. Do the same procedure. Take this out, twist it out. That's been tapped in as opposed to whacked in. It really makes a big difference. Again, you can hear the pump going. Put this in here. You can see the, whoop, there it goes. The main line. Cap this. And there we go. That's set for the next spring. All right, down to the next one. And basically we do that for 850 taps, I'll tell you. It's a bit. All right, I'm just going to turn this off for a bit. You can see the pump working. Pump's working, taking, that's actually sap. Taking it to the shack. Piles and lines together. There's a real big difference in if you tap it in as opposed to you whack it in. And you notice that difference when you close up. When these are all whacked in, you can't take them off by your hand. At least I can't. My hand becomes so spongy. So you take it off with a wrench, and then you twist this. And whoa, that's an extra little bit that you don't really need. So, however, put this in. There we go. Put that in. Twist this a bit, and on to the next one. So this is going to be the end of the line. Remember I showed you in the shack, I showed you two lines that were still onto the pump. This is the where Al is, the big tree. That's the end of the of this line that goes way back into the forest. And what he'll do is he'll go into the shack and he'll shut it off to tie it up and so forth. All these little green patches that you see, delicious. Wild leeks. Come back on occasions and take a few and go home and make soup. And great taste, good fun. It's amazing what the forest gives you. Puffballs in the fall and leeks in the spring. It's wonderful. I'd mentioned something called the ladder. So this is the ladder, and what it is basically, it's a collection point for all these green lines and blue lines, and all the big lines have little lines coming off them. So what happens is it's all collected here, and then this is attached to the pump, and when there's enough quantity of sap, what happens is it goes up the ladder, and hopefully you can see that's going to the shed. It's going to the big tank. So there's something else called an octopus. Some of the producers around here have what's called an octopus, and they have 8, 7, 6 lines all coming into sort of a star-shaped thing, and it's just a variation, it says, of the ladder. So you can see this is working. It just pumps up when there's enough. Off it goes, up it goes right down to the shed. So again, the ladder. So we vacate the place for a couple days, and the birds start building a nest. That's Robin's in the tree over there with a beak full of muck. It's rained a bit. It's just beautiful nest building. So again, as I said, this is a beautiful time to see the birds come back, see their little secrets, because no leaves and everybody's coming back. Anyway, that's a good day's work. It'll be have eggs in it probably within a week. Here's an example of why you don't do stuff when it's windy. That is a branch that fell from away out there, and that branch is about 3 feet in the ground. It's a spear, so a hard hat wouldn't help. So when it's windy, stay inside. So Al's over at the end of the line that we just took the spiles out of. Boy, so some of those trees were hard to get out of. I have to put my hand in Epsom salts when I get home. Anyway, so he's just running some more polypropylene, I think it was, in ethyl propylene? I forget, I'll have to look. And water in the lines just to make sure that they're all full of alcohol and water, and they'll be clean next spring when we come out here. I think one more line to do, and then that'll be that's okay, that'll be empty, that'll be end. This is off. I have to remember, I have my regular lens on the GoPro, so when this is over today, when I go back home, I've got to remember to put my polarized lens on for the fish, for the brown trout guy. So Alfred reminded me of that yesterday. Done. That was a tough day, the last little part. I want to show you my gloves. This is what happens to a pair of gloves after a season at the fire pit. Bringing up the logs to make holes in it. I've got some electric tape there, so what I'm going to do is go home and say thank you very much and put them in the garbage. I forgot to put them in the fireplace, but anyway, good deal. Great day. What's going to happen is get this to Alfred, and Alfred's going to make the video. There's some dogs coming at me, and then we're going to start thinking about, hi guys, we're going to start thinking about, hi, you're okay. We're going to start thinking about brown trout guy. Get ready for the season. Anyway, take care. It's been a great year. Bye.